This week on Motorhead Garage, Brian and John check out some radical routers, emphatic automatics, and no sweat winterizing. Next on Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting.
Welcome to Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting. There's nothing cooler or nothing makes us more happy than when our shop is filled with technology and speed, and we have both of those things on display here to start the show this week. First, we're going to talk a little bit about the speed that's sitting right in front of me. This is a Bonneville-style Lakester that's owned by Todd Damon of Axiom Tool Group. Todd, this car is beautiful, and you're shooting to set some records on the solve of this thing, right?
We are. We're hoping August 2019 we change history a little bit.
What is the goal initially for this car to do speed-wise?
Well, we're hoping to hit about 205 if possible. Current record is just below 200. I'm going after that coat and some personal self-respect. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, the greatest thing about a Lakester like this, one that's actually based off a belly tank of an airplane, is that this is not something you simply open up a parts catalog and buy stuff for. The windows, the panels, all this stuff is custom made, and your business is about creating custom made things. Let's talk more about that and the latest innovation from Axiom Tool Group.
Perfect.
So walk me through what I'm looking at right here, Todd.
Brian, we've had kind of an unusual experience. We've, since 2014, we've engineered what we feel are the finest small format CNC routers in the industry. Our business has taken us primarily into the woodworking market. And we have found that many of our woodworking clients are doing some outstanding work well outside of the woodworking realm. And it includes acrylic and polycarbonate and aluminum, non-ferrous metals, anything that doesn't require flood coolant to cut, we can cut very, very well. This happens to be where our line starts. This is our I2R lineup with a very unusual price point. With this level of accuracy and repeatability, this machine starts at $29.99. This is a game changer.
It's a game changer for people who want to get into the precision CNC cutting world, but we're going to talk about the games that you have already changed and some of your other established properties. We're going to go check out those across the room.
Let's go.
So Todd, in any sort of business, it's about delivering a product to the customer that best fits their needs. So as we move up to the next level here, what are we looking at in terms of differences from the technology that we started with the first unit?
Well, let me clarify. We start with a 3-axis stepper-driven machine, approximate opening price point of about $3 grand. This is actually our flagship. This is the machine that we sell more of than all others. This is actually still stepper-driven, but it's a 4-axis machine, which means our rotary axis, our C-axis, gives us the ability to, whether it's gear shaft knobs or anything where you're wrapping a profile around a cylinder, that's what the 4th axis does. And then the next step up, which is our Elite Series, is a complete departure from what this market has seen in this anywhere in this price point. This is actually a servo-driven machine.
Now that gives us really super finite control and speed as well, right?
Repeatability of fractions of millimeters, and it gives us the ability with the holding torque and the closed loop technology on servos, it gives us the ability to accelerate faster, push harder, drive harder, and end up with a better quality part in a shorter period of time.
And ultimately, in any sort of production environment, those are the things
time is money.
You're going to sit there and do the bottom line math. Time is money.
That's right. That's right.
In the interest of operation, when I introduce this unit into my business, into my shop, what's the type of training, what's the type of knowledge needed to actually operate the machine?
Well, most importantly, we work very hard as a team to help you determine the best machine for your applications. Now, while there is a pretty broad difference between both price point and performance of these families of machines, there are some consistencies, and this is the magic that sets Axiom apart from our competitors. There are other players in this space. We just feel we've got a little better mousetrap. And some of the things that we do that the others don't, every machine that we build has prismatic linear guideways. They have rolled ball screws. They have magnetic proximity switches that allow the controller to fully understand where the electrospindle is at any point. And all of the things that cause the operator to have a much better customer experience, an easier machine to run, and ultimately the goal is to have a better quality part.
Well, better quality parts are what everybody wants to produce in their business. You're helping them do that. Well, Todd, thanks for the tour through the family of Axiom Precision machines. John Gardner's the lucky guy, though. He actually gets to run these babies with you. So we're going to be back with that in just a couple minutes after this break with more Motorhead Garage presented by Dustless Plastic.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting, is brought to you by Hot Shot Secret, powered by science. Lang Originals, off with your top. Out of Sight Audio, don't cut that dash. And by Dustless Blasting, it's the future of surface preparation.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting. Well, we're ready to take them for a test drive. Not the race car, the machines. And Todd's joined me back here from Axiom Tool Group. Now, Todd, before we get to the machines, you got some awesome products here that they actually cut, different varieties and very intricate cuts here. Let's talk about some of the products and some of the cuts that the machines can make.
Sure. Well, ultimately, any product that can be cut dry, no flood coolant, is fair game for these machines. There's a wide range of tooling available for materials like plastic, acrylic, polycarbonate, plexiglass, non-ferrous metals, copper, brass, bronze, and aluminum. Race car parts are light and don't have glass in them, and we can machine all of these parts very, very easily.
Yeah, I see a bunch of different materials. Walk us through. Let's start on this side and come all the way to this end of the table and talk about some of these. I mean, they're pretty neat products.
Sure. Well, you know, this was kind of a pleasant surprise for us. We knew for the woodworking industry, we wanted to overbuild our machine. But what we didn't know is that by overbuilding and tightening the tolerances up, we would end up with machining quality as spectacular as we're seeing in these machines. Typically, it's required a much larger investment on the part of the owner to integrate a machine with this type of tolerance and repeatability into their shops. Now, for well below $10,000, you can own a machine that'll cut aluminum parts, again, brass, bronze, copper, even things like acrylic with a nearly flamed edge, just a really good quality edge, and with accessories like our laser, you can cut foam parts for drawer organizers, interior parts, just about anything you need to produce. Again, if it can be cut dry, it's fair game for an Axiom Precision machine.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the intricate cuts on here. I mean, these are actually gears to a clock, you said one of your clients did.
They are. This is a unique project because the accuracy of these components is just very, very vital for the accuracy of the clock. And we're holding tenths of thousandths, and it's just an extremely delicate and accurate part required, and the machines do it very, very well.
Todd, what is this?
This is actually my favorite accessory. This is what we refer to as a rotary kit. Now, we spoke earlier about 3-axis versus 4-axis machines. This constitutes the 4th axis. All of the machines have an operating X, Y, and Z axis. This 4th axis rotary kit on any of our 4-axis equipped machines simply slides onto the table and plugs in, and it allows you to wrap a profile around a cylinder. So whether it's gear shift knobs or Christmas ornaments or pepper mills, you can take a 3-dimensional profile, wrap it around a cylinder, and create 3-dimensional parts.
Wow. Now, along with the machine, what else do I need?
Well, that's one thing where we really excel. So we don't believe in just selling the consumer a machine. We really focus on a package. Everything on our product mix is a la carte. We work very closely with the customers to help them select, based on their applications, the right product mix. But there are things that I think many first-time CNC owners don't consider, and that is dust collection constraints, the proper tooling, software, work holding is a field in and of itself. How do you hold that part to be able to machine it?
Yeah.
So we have vacuum clamps, we have mechanical clamps. We also have, as I mentioned, laser accessory that'll mount on any machine that we sell.
And all the holders, everything's right here. Why don't we go see them in action?
Absolutely.
Well, we're at the Axiom Elite Series machine, and Todd, I have to tell you, I'm a little bit intimidated. I mean, I'm not an MIT graduate, and is it simple to use? I mean, can I use it?
No, understandable, and a lot of customers are concerned about their ability to integrate this technology into their shops. The truth of the matter is, based on not only a really intuitive controller, but software that is just so user-friendly and easy for an operator to really master, this is not a difficult integration. The process is quite simple. You'll draw vectors, you assign a tool to those vectors, and save that file on a USB drive. The USB drive will be inserted on the front of the machine. We simply select the file on our controller and press go. and in a few moments, we'll have finished parts.
So that program's in there. Tell me what's going on with the machine.
Well, the machine, again, we're running 3 of our axes now. Z, which is up and down, X, which is across, and Y on the length of the table. Our program, obviously, based on the material that we're cutting and the tool that we're using, may require very high cutting speeds or low feed rates, all depending on chip load on the tool itself.
Right.
But this machine is capable of feeding up to 320 inches a minute. You can break off nearly any bit that you put in the spindle. So it's a very powerful, very fast machine. It also has an electro spindle that is variable from 0 to 24,000 RPM. One benefit to an accurate electro spindle that we utilize, we're running 24,000 RPM, and we can stand next to it and have this conversation. They're really quite quiet.
It's incredible. Todd, what's your website?
You can find a whole lot more at axiomprecision.com.
We'll go check them out, but come back because we got plenty more Motorhead Garage right after this break.
The Dustless blasting system uses water mixed with an eco-friendly abrasive to remove even the toughest coatings, like powder coat, undercoat, body filler, and heavy rust.
I don't think there's anything out there on the market that it can't take off.
To learn how dustless blasting can save money in an existing business or to start your own mobile paint stripping business, check out dustlessblasting.com/TV.
We actually strip chrome, which is insane, powder coating, which is also hard to believe. Dustless blasted, went right through it, no problems at all.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting, coming to you from Borla Commerce Park.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting. Now, you never really know how much rust is under one of these vehicles till you get it up in the air. But no worries, we got Joe from New Hampshire Oil Undercoating. Joe, you got something for this older car that has existing rust, and you also have some products for some new cars that may not have any rust. Why don't you take us through these products?
All right, so they're both equally as effective. The newer vehicles, 90% of our customers will come in and they'll opt to get a wax and oil service, which is the wax is a what you'd expect from a conventional undercoating. It's a black, almost like a bed lining material. That is a one-time standalone application, goes over everything that's exposed on the undercarriage. Then we use a combination of the oil. The oil goes inside the body cavities, which is really the critical area because rust starts from the inside out. Those areas are, they hold the moisture, they're damp, they're unprotected. So we put them on a maintenance plan. Every 2 years they come back, we inspect the surface, we stay on top of it. Nothing is going to happen in that 2-year period that we can't get a handle on. And the oil works from the inside out. It will creep inside 6, 7, 8 inches on a warm month.
Now walk us through the oil. We did it on a prior show, but some of our viewers may not have seen it. How about the oil product?
Very low technology, simple to understand. You know, you put oil on the surface, and unlike a conventional undercoating product, it will displace moisture. It will cut the oxygen off. Once you deprive it of either of those two, you take them out of the equation, you stop oxidation. So as long as product is on that surface, there is no oxidation occurring.
Now, rust isn't glamorous. I mean, neither is spraying it. Can I do this?
You could. You could do it, or if you have a mechanic in your area that is a detail-oriented guy, we can set him up. He can offer this to his customers and extend the service life of the vehicle as well.
Do you offer the tools to do it?
We offer training at our facility. We offer tools. We have a carbide tip airless, air-assisted spray system that operates right out of a 55-gallon drum. You could buy a small cup gun, 5 gallons. You could do it yourself. You could be a garage and spend very little money and get in to the service and just to see if it works for you.
Let's talk a little bit more about that new product. Tell me a little bit about that wax.
The wax is a black resin wax that is applied to a rust-free surface. It is a standalone one-time application. Basically, the way it works is, you know, the way back in the 80s, the asphalt, Rusty Jones type product, it will just protect the surface. The critical thing is maintenance, coming in every year or 2 years and allowing us to maintain that protection. It's all about maintenance. It's all about thinking proactively.
So if I get a new car, I can get that put on there?
Yeah, we have close to 70 dealers now, and we're working our way out. There's 278 million vehicles registered in the United States. I'd say conservatively 100 million of them are affected by corrosion. You spend $50,000, $60,000 on a pickup truck, I would say a couple $100 a year is a good investment.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, it's $300 billion as annual damage of rust on vehicles. I mean, that's a pretty big number.
Yeah, the $200 a year doesn't seem so bad when you think about a rocker panel for $800 to $2,500 for a set of rocker panels or brake lines, not to even mention safety aspect of that.
Now we should just throw some oil on. Now this is no drip, eco-friendly. We're not going to have a problem with any of this?
No, it is a environmentally friendly no drip product. This is a mineral-based product. There are natural corrosion inhibitors in it. Even the tint is a graphite biodegradable product. It is a unregulated, non-hazardous product that anyone can use and not worry about adversely affecting the environment.
Now where can they go find this product? You got a website?
NHOilUndercoating.com.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
Or 1-855-OIL-RUST.
There you go. Well, folks, you got a $50,000 investment. I want to get some of that new product on mine, or you can use any of this spray. We'll be right back with more Motorhead Garage right after this break.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. Now included with each set of Cook's headers. Go to stage8.com. Stealth Performance Products, providing diesel performance solutions. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better parts, better prices every day on auto parts and accessories. And by Dustless Blasting, it's the future of surface preparation.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting. Now the adage, a chain's only as strong as its weakest link, holds true today. And a prime example is the 67 Camaro. The engine making a massive amount of horsepower, transmission, the weakest link. That's why Brian's over at the table talking automatic transmissions.
So I'm going to ruefully admit that John is right. And I'm here with Matt from Performance Automatic. And man, for decades, you guys have been eliminating that weak link in the chain by servicing the high-performance aftermarket with automatic transmissions.
That's correct. We have been known mostly for C4s in the early 90s and had branched out to all forms of Ford, Chevrolet, and Chrysler transmissions from there.
You know, the world of automatic transmissions has changed so much, and really the proof's in the pudding. You guys are involved with this 6-speed package here. Tell me about what I'm looking at.
Okay, this is a 6R80 that Ford had used in a lot of the Mustangs and F-150s from 2011 through, I believe, 2017. Very strong package. As more and more people want more overdrive, more options, we have developed various packages to try to meet every demand in the marketplace.
And when you say package, you're not talking about just shipping a guy a transmission with a adapter plate in the front of it, right? You're talking about kind of a holistic deal.
Especially on the 6R80s, there are units built specifically for your modular and Coyote that are direct fit, but we've got units that are designed for the crate motors from Ford Racing, the 2.0, the 2.3, and the 3.5 EcoBoost. We have adapters that we've come up with to work with the small block Ford, as well as the 429, 460 Ford. And all of these are developed with specific torque converters, controllers, basically an entire package.
Yeah, let's talk controllers, because, you know, back in the day it was adjusting the TV cable to get your transmission right.
Correct,
today,
with the AODs.
Yeah, today this is where it's at.
Correct. That's a US shift. That's the Quick 6. So we find that to be the best unit for the 6 speeds. It holds 4 different programs. It is a standalone unit. You can do it with a carbureted car or a fuel injected car. Very straightforward, very durable, great tech support. We do believe that is the best unit for the 6 speeds, and that's why we offer it in our package.
So there's a ton of high quality products here on the table, from these torque converters to the billet servos, but man, the Transbrake has my attention.
Yes, this is the AODE 4R70W Transbrake that was designed by the owner of Performance Automatic. Something that we use in transmissions that are good up to 950 plus horsepower. Once again, not everybody has something along those lines or is in need, but it's something that we do offer, and it's a great seller.
As we work our way down, we talked about Ford and GM transmissions. This is a 4L60E, and we
Correct.
have some electronic controllers on here.
Correct. This is the Msd Atomic Controller. We find that that is the best unit. It's most user-friendly. It is weather-resistant. It holds 2 programs. Once again, it's a standalone, user-friendly unit. We have played with others. We dyno our electronic transmissions. We experiment with different controllers, and at this time, we believe this is the best, and that's what we offer in our packages.
And we'll roll down this way, and as we do that, you know, you guys not only stand behind and dyno test your transmissions, great warranty package on these as well.
Correct. Some of the transmissions by themselves do a 1 year, but we have varying packages packages that will go anywhere from 2 years up to a lifetime. So who wouldn't want a lifetime warranty on a transmission?
Especially if you're going to be putting it in your street rod or hot rod and putting miles on it, because that's what this is all about, being able to use your car, have fun with it, and get down the road. John is actually with Tom from Performance Automatic right now. They're going to talk about some of the Street Smart packages that Performance Automatic offers.
Now, Brian mentioned the Street Smart system. Tom, what's that all about?
Well, John, it's a package where we supply a dyno transmission, matching torque converter, filler tube, hardware, mount, and that type of stuff, even just to get it all in the car. What we do to make sure that system works properly in that car is we ask the customer, what's he going to use the car for? What transmission will actually fit in that car? The customer may want something that's not even going to fit, so we have to kind of steer them in the right direction. What is their budget? And then finally, are they capable or are they comfortable with late model electronics? Because the overdrives, the new ones, are all electronic. And if you're putting an electronic trans in, probably electronic engine too to go with it.
And that's huge for me. I'm the manufacturer guy. Brian's the drag racer. Also, I may want to rebuild it. Let's look at the table. You got some clutches and some bands here. I'm capable of doing that. Do you supply the parts as well?
Sure. We actually have a lot of customers that do rebuild their own transmissions. We've put together packages that we supply the same products that we use every day in our shop. So those transmissions that are guaranteed forever, yes, you're getting the same clutches and bands that we would use every day. We can help you with some technical questions during that rebuild, but if you have a shop manual and you're capable of rebuilding your transmission, we can supply all those parts.
Where's the website? Where can I find you?
It's performanceautomatic.com, of course.
Yeah, we'll go check them out on the web. So I'll tell you what, we're out of time for today, but if you have something you want to get on Motorhead Garage, just email Jeff at masterstv.com. We'll see you next week right here for Motorhead Garage, presented by Dustless Blasting.